Hey everyone, welcome back to Ormsby Farm. So today we're going to sit down right over there and we're going to talk about the second year in review. So I did a two-part video. I'll leave the links up here. Last year of a year in review where we basically talked about my first year on the homestead. This is the second year. We've had a lot going on and I'm excited to sit down with y'all and go over it. So let's jump into that intro.
I'm coming home.
All right, same spot as last year. But yes, this year has been really good. This is the second year on the homestead. Now, it wasn't a full year because I really didn't move in the first year until May. But this year has really been a full year, January to December, that I've been on the homestead. And this year we had a lot going on. If you've been following us for a while, we started our chickens and turkeys, and that was such a great thing. And I'm gonna try to put pictures here because this is just gonna be a real nonchalant sit down like friends and chat video. But we started with our chickens and our turkeys this year, and that was so much fun. We have a lot planned for this year of our poultry business. And we started with 12 chicks, and one of them passed. And so we had 11, and out of the 11, 4 of them were hens. We didn't have really good luck with hens this year. So, and the 4 hens are still here on the homestead. All of them have started laying. They're laying okay right now. And we also got, at the time, 7 turkeys. One of the turkeys ended up passing. And then out of the 6, 1 was a hen. Again, I'll tell you, we didn't have that great of luck with hens. And because of the boys, the toms started fighting, I went ahead and sold 4 of them off and kept a boy and a girl. That is Princess and Big Daddy. Again, all of these pictures are going to be right here. And they're going to be the start of our turkey business. Starting this coming Thanksgiving, we are going to be selling whole turkeys and half turkeys. Basically off of our farm. We're going to do the same thing with chickens, but the chickens will be whole. One thing that I also did this year during the chick time was when my friends had contacted me and knew that I only had a couple hens and said, hey, I have 3 Easter egger hens. Do you want the 3 Easter eggers? And I said, yeah. So went, picked them up. They were the most docile babies, sweet babies that you will ever know. Sit politely in their cage in the back of my car as I drove the 30 minutes back to the homestead. Got them home. They were in a separate area for a while. We tried to mix them all together. That didn't go well at all. Because one thing that I learned about Easter eggers is they're a little behind in their development than other chickens. Like the crowing and the laying of eggs is a little bit later on in their life. But we did find out that 2 of the 3 were roosters. So one of my dear friends here that we buy all of our pork and beef from, Brianna at Long Pine Cattle Ranch, got one of the roosters, the Easter eggers, because she wanted an Easter egger one, and I kept one, and the girl, the hen, Andy and Angel. Again, pictures right here. And they are going to be our breeding ones for our chickens this year. Now, a lot of plans for this year is I am going to get into the American breast chicken, which is a very good dual purpose. Our friends over at the Naked Gardeners, Torianne and Sydney, raise them, and I've said on many videos, I adore them. They are brilliant. They are so funny and talented, and the list goes on, and we will be getting probably a dozen. I may get 2 dozen fertile eggs this year from them, and that will start our business, our meat business for next year. Because they're about 18 weeks when they start laying eggs, 18 to 22, they won't be old enough by the time that we need to start producing chickens to sell. So I will be doing some Cornish cross this year. Y'all know, if you have known me for a while, I am not a huge fan of Cornish cross, only, not because of the taste, only because it is not self-sustainable. And I strive to be self-sustainable on the farm and community sustainable. So we will get some to get us through this year while the American breasts are growing up and getting them together. And I am going to buy a dozen fertile turkey eggs because we only have one hen, Princess, picture. I've talked to a lot of my friends, and you only want to hold out the eggs before you put them in the incubator 7 days, unless you want, a lot of them won't fully not fertilize, but they won't hatch properly. The hatch rate is a lot lower. So I'll do 7 of her eggs, and I'll get a dozen other ones, and that will start our turkey meat business this year. But I will be keeping 3 to 4 of the hens, if there are hens in that batch, so that I don't have to buy more, turkeys or fertile eggs next year. I am going to hatch some of Angel's eggs this year, and I probably will get maybe another dozen of those as well, just so I can get egg layers. Because the 4 girls, I'm working hard now that Andy has kind of manned up and started crowing and is very protective. I want to put all the girls and Andy together so he can establish dominancy over all of them, so they all can go in. Because there are 2, Gloriana and Blondie. I wouldn't mind hatching their eggs. I don't really want any more bantam eggs, even though Coco's my home girl. We're really good Judies. But they're just too, so I may get, try to get more eggs from them. And more bantams, don't know. But I will be incubating some of my chickens' eggs this year to add to our laying flock. Because that group of folks, the 6 will be the laying flock. The American breasts will be the meats. But I will keep all the girls I have and 1 rooster who will be the baby daddy. And that will produce the meat that we produce every single year, both for us and to sell on Ormsby Farms. So that's pretty much the poultry in year in review, what we have planned on doing for the next year. I am thinking about quail as well. Haven't really decided, so I don't really want to go too much into that yet. Let's go into gardens. Gardens did fabulous this year. Both garden seasons have produced a lot of food that I was able to can and freeze and dehydrate and selling. We didn't do that well at the farmer's market this year on veggies. One, because there were a lot of farmers there, and competing with farmers that have been doing it for 20 plus years at that area of town is hard to do. There are other reasons that we won't go into, but one thing that we have decided is that we are going to sell roadside our vegetables, because it was a lot of wasted giving it to people, because our zucchini and our squash did so well, same thing with our cucumbers, that we just got to the point where we were just giving it away, like throwing it at people. And I don't want to do that next year. I actually want to, since I put so much work and effort and time into this, I want to make money off of it. And so that's what we're going to do this year. We'll do roadside selling of it. We are still going to sell at the farmers markets. All of the veggies will sell. Our salsa, like we did last year, which did very well. We'll sell pickles, and we'll still sell breads. One thing that I was very excited that was doing very, very well was our pumpkin patch. We did our big size pumpkin patch this year. Sadly enough, half of it got torn up by deer and squash bugs, but we have learned. Towards the end of the gardening season, which was the pumpkins, and our winter garden, which we did butternut and spaghetti squash and Brussels, and what else did I plant? Can't remember, but I got burnt out and I wasn't taking care of all the plants the way that I should. And so I learned that for this year is that I just have to make sure that the watering schedule stays on, that if I am doing preventive care for bugs like I did the very first year, that I continually do that. It's so funny, y'all. Every single time I set out here to make a video, this road that's by the farm, which is like dead, always, everybody just drives up and down. Like, you ain't never seen a YouTuber before? Oh my gosh. Anyways, one thing that we also learned is that the area that it was in, we had a very abnormally hot fall this year, and a lot of the leaves got burnt because of that. So we have decided to do a square around the pumpkin patch with 4x4s about 12 feet high, and we're going to do a shade cloth over it. That is also where our irrigation system will come off of, is those poles. We are working on irrigation systems this year because of all of our different gardens. It takes forever and a day to water. And now that we are going to have more poultry to take care of, more gardens to take care of, with all the videos that I'm doing with the farmers markets, and I did have to go and get a serving job, which I did. I got a serving job. We got to cut time back, and that's going to be with an irrigation system. More than likely a drip. Haven't fully decided, but I'll let you know when I decide. So gardens did really good this year. I was able to can a lot. Again, I'm going to show a picture right here. Joined in on the Every Bit Counts challenge. That was so much fun. I gained a lot of subscribers and a lot of friends that come back every single week to look at my videos. And I thank Jessica over at the Three Rivers Homestead for putting together that video. And I'm joining in on her Three Rivers Challenge in this month of January and next month of February, where we are only eating what we have canned, froze, dehydrated, all of that. No grocery shopping. Now, one of the rules is birthdays and anniversaries, you can't spend it on that. And I'm joining in on the $50 February, and that $50 that will be for my birthday dinner in February. Okay. But videos come out every Tuesday for that. We've had a lot of fun, some delicious meals. It kind of opens my mind to open up the cookbooks and look at new kind of things to use. What I've canned, it helps me also see what I don't use, what we don't use as a family. And then I won't do as many of those come next season. We are moving some rooms around because this year I am starting on my foster to adopt or adoption journey. So really excited about that. So again, I just want to say how blessed I am for every single one of you that watch my video every single week. Y'all are so kind and so sweet to me. And all of my YouTube buddies, I love y'all. I hope everyone had a very happy and blessed new year. And I am so excited to see what this third year on the homestead holds and what all we can get accomplished. So y'all, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you are subscribing and hitting that bell. Hitting the bell just notifies you whenever I put out new content to the channel. And while you're on social media, go ahead and follow us. We're on all of these channels here at Ormsby Farm. I try to post there as regularly as I can. And y'all, until next video, which will be Tuesday, it will be a Three Rivers Challenge video. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend and be blessed. Bye, y'all.
I'm coming home.